Hey, what is up, guys? It's Guildspire here, and welcome back to Magic the Gathering Arena. Got like a 6 gig update today. I'm really hopeful that everything is working properly. We got into a match, so you know that's the start. That's like the lowest bar there was, but we got into a match. We're going to try and close out this event, this Explorer event. Debating what I want to play next, whether or not I want to go into Explorer, see if there's any other decks that benefit from some of the Brother War cards. We want to go into Standard. I've been looking at Standard, and Standard actually looks like a lot of fun. But we're going to send out our Elvish Mystic. It's another Yorion deck. There's no way it's not. It's another. It's the same thing, right? There's no way it is. Because if it is, that would be insane. Hi, Butter. You cannot have my food. Goodbye. I don't crack it. That's fine. It's tapped. Don't need to worry about that. If this is Fire's Invention, that'd be insane. So then we're going to untap our land, play the Mystic. Next turn we get the Cavalier. We're in a very good spot. We're in a very good spot right now. I am trying to eat my dinner at the same time as we play, so just a heads up there if I seem a little bit slow. Oh. Sorry, that noise was butter. He's like, chicken? That's my chicken, right? My food? No, not your food. Your food's on the ground. You got kitty pellets. I'm trying to actually eat dinner. A warm meal, cat. Let me do it. We need to be worried about a Jawari Disruption. So I think we're going to play this. We're going to tap down, untap, and then play a Bata. Cavalier. This should play around. This should play around. I see you. I watch you. I will destroy you. Butter is intent on trying to eat my food. But this should have played around Jawari Disruption, which is the biggest thing. We can play Adventurous Impulse, get another land, or another Mana Dork. I'm watching you. I'm watching you, you little creeper. Off you go. And we'll overextend, play Elvish Mystic. You can keep on trying to come up all you want, but you ain't gonna eat my food. Don't do it. Don't do it. See the little wheel working in your head. No. Oh, so this is 1000%, by the way. Exactly what I thought it was. This is perfect. So if we can get Karn down, we can win. Yeah, this is Transmogrify into Agent of Treachery. No, Titan of Industry. Oh. Okay, interesting. Very interesting. Well, they're tapped down. I mean, we could just strip out... Stop it! I see you. Do you think you're invisible? Do you think you're sneaky? Because you ain't. And your cuteness won't help you either. Get out of here. Get out of here. Come here. Come here. Down you go. What was I doing? I don't remember what I was doing because I got mildly distracted. They're tapped down so we can storm the festival. We got another Cavalier. We got... I swear to God, cat. Let's grab the Lotus Field as well. So we are going to grab a forest. There's not the Karn. Would like my Karn. We're going to sacrifice 2 forests. So we have much mana here. 2, 5, 6. Not enough for us to play Storm the Festival. So we are going to stop it. This is my food. It's not your food. This is my food. He is being such a pain. You cannot have my Brussels sprout and chicken. It's not allowed. You try, I'm going to tape you to a wall. I'll do it, cat. Don't tempt me. He is intent on trying to sniff and eat my chicken. The Brussels sprouts don't seem to interest him all too much. It's the chicken he wants. No, it's fine. He needs to learn. So this is fine. Not ideal, but fine. We need to make sure we get rid of the Titan industry prior to the Fable going to 3. And then getting the Kiki Jiki. Alright, I'm gonna have to put it on this side because it's too close for me to put it on the other side. A little freak of nature, you. Alright, so let's go storm the festival, take 2. Well, let's go old growth, let's go forest. I see you trying to be sneaky. You got another storm the festival. So now we can untap Lotus Field, that's 4. We can't really do too much here because that's 1, 2, 3, 4. This would be 5. We can destroy Kiki Jiki now, actually. Do you think I don't pay attention to your whereabouts at all time, cat? Do you think I don't see you? Do you think you're invisible to the human eye? Does this look invisible? Does this look invisible? No, I don't think so. Be gone with you. All right, let's throw down Lair of the Hydra. Yeah, that's 5 I drop otherwise, so let's go Lair of the Hydra. Oh, wait, no. What am I talking about? No, yeah, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, never mind. I think there is conversation to take the time. You know, we can actually wait. We can wait a little bit longer to Boseiju the Fable. I think we're okay. You can sit there. That's fine. You can watch the food. You cannot eat the food. That's how it's gonna work. It's my food, not your food. Maybe if you're nice, I'll give you a piece. A small morsel of chicken. See, if you keep on pulling this, though, you're not gonna get anything, you little shit. No. You cannot eat the chicken, especially the skin that has the feathers still on it. No. It's not allowed. It's not how this works. It's how I train Meat the same way, as I would not give her anything until she learned to sit and watch and sniff. She can do all of that stuff, but if she attempts to get food, then she doesn't get any. If she's nice, though, and follows what she's supposed to do, then she gets some food. No. You're going to my lap now. You're not going to be moved from my lap. Oh, they're Crown Warriors, so they can gain target creature as long as on the battlefield. Interesting. Can I combat trick this? Not really. Because I guess we can just Boseiju. Stop. Yeah, let's Boseiju. Actually, can they really do much of anything here? I don't think they really can in the grand scheme of things. Go to combat, that's fine. Hi, you're in my lap now. He's purring up a storm too. He's having a ton of fun with this adventure, by the way. Elemental, Goblin Shaman. I'm trying to think of what we want to do here. I could destroy the Crowan War, but I don't do that. So let's go storm the festival. Take 3. There's our Karn. Here's our Cavalier. How is our deck looking? We're at 30. We might actually want to grab the forest instead, and here's why. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So here's what we're going to do. I would have really liked to have done one thing differently. If I would have killed the Crowan War last turn, we would actually been way better off. But I want to see... We can't really force them to block in our favor. Hi, can you not whip your tail towards my food? That'd be lovely, friend. My sideboard. We can do Cityscape Leveler, Transmogrifying Wand, Stone Brain. What I want to do is Portal. What I want to do is Portal for Phyrexia. I think we need to wait a turn in order to do that. So I'm going to drop the Old Growth Troll. Draw a card. Play. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think we'll do Karn -2. Let's grab God Pharaoh statue. Let's minus. Play the God Pharaoh statue. Make things more expensive for our opponent. I think we then will pass. I think we're good now. All right. I see you. I see you, little freak of nature. Don't think that I'm blind. I'm much more observant than you might think. All right, Reflections of Kiki Jiki's out. That's okay. Here comes Yorion. That's fine. So, what do we want to do here? We're forced to attack. That's okay. We need to get rid of Reflections of Kiki Jiki, no matter what. That high. I see you. You're not. No, it's not working the way you want it to, buddy. It just ain't gonna happen. All right, let's minus. First off and foremost here. We're grabbing Portal to Phyrexia. We are going to Boseiju. Get rid of the Crone War. Get back my Cavalier. They'll get a land, that's fine. Stop. I sees you. Yes, you're being very cute with my hand in front of your face. And if you weren't being such a nuisance, you might actually get some chicken. However, let's tap 1, 2, 3. Play Portal to Phyrexia. So the nice part here is they either have to, oh, the X1 on the Shark Typhoon, getting them out of trouble. Hi. No. You do not get my Chimkin. Let's resolve all. Let us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Grab the Lotus Field. Drop the Old Growth Troll. Draw land. Play a forest. 1, 2. Onto the forest. Go to combat. And bees attack. This is fine by me. We have a lot going for us here, and not to mention we do have the Portal to Phyrexia to recur a lot of our threats. Oh, you did not want to kill my Cavalier. That was a mistake, actually, because now we can grab Karn, put that on top. Hi, yes, can I help? Opponent loses a life. They can make a Titan. That is okay. Oh my word. The cat is so persistent, you have no clue. No. My food. My drink, you little... I'm going to tape you to a wall one of these days. We resolve. Destroy an artifact, gain 5 life. Which one's more annoying, friend? The portal or God Pharaohs? Alright, gonna need my chicken now. He's not daring enough to climb into my lap. Now, opponent has a question to answer. Do they attack? Because if they do, I'll Cavalier. I'll gladly grab my Portal to Phyrexia and win this. You attack the 7/7. Makes sense, right? It dies at the end of this turn. Why wouldn't you, right? Right, opponent? Why wouldn't you? That seems like a great idea. Fantastic, even. You should definitely... Yeah, that's right, opponent. That's the way to do it. Oh, having second thoughts, though. Having second thoughts. Oh, wait a second. If I do that, what happens? There's the Zika's Chariot. That's fine. There's Kiki Cheeky activation. Hi, thank you for licking my fingers. I'm sure they taste like chicken. All right, here comes a Karn. What are we doing? You cannot have my drink. You cannot have my chicken. You cannot have my drink. You can eat your own food. Eat your own food, please. I implore you. Let's plus on nothing.
Some solutions must be.
Let's play Karn. Let's minus Karn, take 2.
I'm not frightened by you.
Let's Transmogrifying Wand? Yeah, let's Transmogrifying Wand. Why? Actually, we could just Cityscape Leveler. That works too. Cityscape Leveler. Destroy the Titan of Industry. And my opponent goes, yep, that's it. We're done here. All right. While we are A, taking some time to sideboard, but B, taking a quick food break while the kitten is not harassing me, we're gonna do a quick ad break as well. So for those of you who are not subscribed, you'll get a 1 and 30-second ad. I promise you ain't gonna miss a single moment of this match. With that being said, we'll be back in just a bit. And for all of you who are subscribed, you get to see me eat chicken. I mean, it's not the first time we've done Extra Life Hot Wings Challenge, so you know what? Oh well. Yeah, Butter's been non-stop just going after the plate of chicken. I'll say right now, he's being nice. He's being good. He decided finally, it's like, okay, I give up. I'm gonna stop harassing you. So now is the time to actually give him something. So Frankie, if you're listening, could you do me a favor? Could you grab my plate and napkin so he isn't tempted to try and eat the leftovers, which are very far and few between, mind you. But what I'm also going to do, real quick, is actually grab him and give him a treat. So I'll be back as well with that. So you get to see the kitten eating some chicken. He'll be very pleased, I'm sure. And this will hopefully reinforce the idea that he doesn't get food unless he's eating. Hi. What is this? That chicken? That chicken for the kitten? The kitten chicken? Alright. I got a cat. I'll wait for the ad to end so all those who are not subbed can also enjoy this. Hi. Yes, what is this? What is that? Oh yes, you're very happy. Okay, you need to bite it. If you just lick it, it does nothing. There you go. There you go. Yeah, that was good, wasn't it? Yeah, that was really good. He's very happy now. You want to lick my fingers? Here you go. Yeah, you just like, oh yes, the essence of chicken. That's what I want. There you go. See, when you're a good boy not harassing me for food, you get a treat. Ain't that nice? Alright. There you go, buddy. Alright, he's much happier now. And hopefully, we can use this moment as a lesson learned for him. We'll keep them. It's not as aggressive a hand as I would like, but we got Karn, which, if we can get the Stone Brain, we basically win. We'll strip their deck of Ten of Industry. We'll strip their deck of, you know, Fable Mirror Breaker, Shark Typhoon, what have you. So that actually is huge for us. That is what we want on turn 3. Karn, tick down, Stone Brain. Next turn, Stone Brain, and to strip their win conditions. Let's see if we can get there. Opponent's thinking really hard, maybe thinking about whether or not they bolt the bird, which they don't. So let's go Old Growth Troll. All right. Opponent thinking again. I think they're going to make a mana dork that they can then use. No. Aether Gust, the Old Growth Troll. Yeah, I sent that to the bottom for days. Go right ahead, opponent. Honestly, not what you should be concerned about. All right, there's the cultivation. That is fine. So, How do you want to play this? Let's go Karn. And now we need to play around the fact that next turn they will very likely transmog into Titan of Industry. What are our outs? So we can -2, and we can grab something. We could grab Transmogrifying Wand, which will kill it. That's destroy target non-artifacts. If they don't have Transmog, though, we could go for the Stone Brain instead. So I think we don't show them Stone Brain yet, though. I think that we set up for Transmog Wand. Do we want to set up for Transmog Wand? I think we set up for Transmog Wand. Let's do that. Which means that next turn, if they play something, we can kill it. If they don't Transmogrify here, we just strip out Titan of Industry from their deck. Oh, holy hell. So that's exactly what we're going to do. Yeah, see, these type of decks are so fragile now because of Stone Brain. It's kind of insane. It's a huge addition to our board, to our Karn board. All right, Karn minus.
My purpose is
We are grabbing the Stone Brain. We are playing the Stone Brain. We are tapping it out, targeting opponent. And we are going to exile Titan of Industry. So none of their hand. There's Luca, there's Transmog, there's Shark Typhoon. Shark Typhoon is definitely the next one. They have 3 Titans. They have a Zika's Chariot as well. So it's not their only win condition. We do want to point that out. It's not their only win condition, but it's their main one. So we'll grab that. None there. And we're good. All right, let's play the Lotus Field. Sack 2 forests. What is he doing? What are you doing now? He's playing with the space board heater. I don't know. I don't know what he does anymore. I don't know what goes to that little kitten brain of his. So they can Accro in War, grab our Elvish Mystic if they really want to. Not sure if that is beneficial. They'll probably get rid of Karn. That's fine. We did what we came out to do, which was to get rid of Titan of Industry, which is their biggest threat to us, in my opinion. Later down the road, we can figure out the next steps. We do need to keep in mind they have the Crown War in hand, so Cavalier is a bit scary. Shark Typhoon is as well, for that matter. 3, 4, 5, 6. So we can go Storm the Festival. Let's grab Kiora, and let's grab a Forest. Kiora can then Lotus Field on a Forest. That is 3 mana, so in that case, let's grab the Transmog Wand out, and Transmog Wand can start doing some damage if you really need it to. So get rid of the Reflections of Kiki-Jiki, get rid of the Yorion if they drop it, get rid of a Shark Typhoon. So this is going to be very, very helpful in dealing with a lot of our opponent's threats and making them 2-4 goats, oxes. Well, Chrono War's still in hand. I'm wondering how long they're going to wait to use it. 3, 6, 8, 10. So we can storm the festival again next turn with Kiora. I think that's exactly what we're going to do. And try and draw out the Crowan War. Imagine they're going to throw 3 at Kiora. Makes total sense. What the hell are you doing? He's doing kitten things. Ooh, interesting. They are not attacking Kiora with the 1/1, the Mana Dork. Why? Why is that? Could it be... Oh, they might... Okay, never mind. I was thinking that maybe they hold the 1/1 back and then play their Crowan War thereafter. Was like my only thought there. Karn. Oh. Well. Well. That changes things. Because now we can go... Karn. And now we have 6 mana to play with. 7 mana to play with. So if we do this,
My allies are
how do we want to play it? We can go Sovereign Console Flagship. We can go Azeka's Chariot. We can't go Cityscape Leveler just yet. However, we can also go Stonebrain again and strip them of their Azeka's Chariots, which is actually not like a half bad idea. It's really going to slow down their game, leaving them with just Reflections of Kiki-Jiki, Shark Typhoon. But I think I do need to go big or go home with this and maybe set up for things like Portal 2 Phyrexia as another option here. Either that or we go with Cityscape Leveler, which they will then gain control of. So let's instead go with... Let's go with Zeka's Chariot. We are going to tap for 3. We are going to minus for 3.
Let's get moving.
We are going to Azeka's Chariot for some protection. We are going to Impulse. Go digging, find nothing. Unfortunate, but not the end of the world. Transmogwan, let's get rid of the Reflections of Kiki-Jiki. So no copies for you. And I think at this point we pass. We got some blockers up, which will be good. Omen of the Sea, that's fine. They'll make a shark, which means they can do one of two things here. They can either try and hit down our Karn, or they can go for Kiora. There may have been a discussion going for like a console flagship instead, but we don't exactly have anything to crew it with, so give and take there, I do suppose. So what now, opponent? You can kill Kiora, which will shut down some of my mana production. It'll make closed field generate 3 instead of 6, but still have 7 mana available to me. Or you can go after Karn and stop my next Karn board, which might be necessary at this point. They go for Karn. That is a reasonable decision. I'll put it that way.
You are acting unwisely.
This is fine, though. We can work with this. What is our opponent's next plan? Question of the day. Next turn, we can Azeka's Chariot. There's a lot of things we can do. We also have Cavalier in our back pocket. Transmogwan still with 2 more. There's Yorion. Okay. So Yorion dies to Transmogwand. TLDR here. Really, the only thing you want to bounce is the Omen of the Sea. I think that's about it. Yeah, that's exactly it. So we'll get rid of Yorion. I think that's a very easy snipe. However, this also leaves us open for another Storm of the Festival, funny enough. So, another Karn. What? Okay, so let's first and foremost, Karn plus and destroy the treasure. Get rid of that, right? Let's 3, 6, 8, 10. So 3, 6, 8, 10. Storm the Festival, take 2. We got Cavalier, we got Cavalier. We'll draw 2, dig for 2 lands as well. Let's go Forest. Let's go Forest. Draw a card, draw a card. We got another Forest. Based on this, I mean, we don't even need to worry about the Yorion now, right? We now have protection from flying creatures, so we don't really have to worry about it all too much, if at all. However, you know, I'm still tempted to hit it anyways, but let's Impulse. We'll grab the Boseiju. Boseiju's gonna get rid of Shark Typhoon. Be gone, Shark Typhoon. You get a land, that's fine. I'm not worried about this at this point of time. There's a lot of reasons for that, mind you. I will, in fact, still Transmog Wand and hit the Yorion. Get that into the graveyard. There's a reason for this, though. We have a reason for it. We're now going to pass the turn. They're going to play a Crowan War. They're going to grab a Cavalier. That's okay, because we are going to be able to tap it. We're going to grab a Zika's Chariot as a substitute blocker, and we're going to be able to Portal to Phyrexia soon. So I think we have this pretty much locked up. They are in a very rough position, I feel. Transmog... That's a mistake. Oh, well, you got a Land War Elf, so I guess you downgraded me. A strange decision, though, to transmog one of my creatures. I mean, to be fair, they don't have any creatures to transmog, so it's just a very expensive exile with upside for me. Hello! Goodbye. Alright, goodbye, opponent. Oh, but GG's, GG's. Yeah, the Stone Brain, once again, really showing what it can do in these type of matchups and just shutting down our opponent's entire win condition. And once the Titan of Industries are gone, once the Agent Treacheries are gone, like, what does the opponent have to do? They don't have much action, so they're relying on their backup plans of Zika's Chariot, which, to be fair, Zika's Chariot is not a card to scoff at. It's very strong. But a lot of my creatures have big bodies, and it's going to be hard for my opponent to get around them, right? So I think, it really puts the opponent in a rough spot. They have Yorion. Okay, I have Transmog Wand. Kill the Yorion. Okay, next turn I'm going to minus Karn, grab Portal to Phyrexia. That way I can grab the Yorion for myself, and I can do shenanigans that way. So it really does push our opponent into a really awkward position, to say the least. Yorion would have came down. We would have bounced our Zika's Chariot, or Kiora, our Karn, or whatever else we want. Our Portal to Phyrexia. Oh, Jesus, yeah, blinking the Portal to Phyrexia. It's making them sack another 3 creatures. That'd have been rough. That'd have been rough for our opponent. But overall, yeah, I think that a lot of the Breath of War card changes have been really, really beneficial. There's a few cards that I've also thought, like, maybe I should add these. And I think as Brothers War is kind of more finely tuned and people go, okay, these artifacts are what we want to shove into the Karn board, we'll see more changes to this deck. As far as what deck I want to try out in Standard, I'm thinking about brewing one around Titania and Lurgoyf. So like a Sultai, Urborg, Lurgoyf, Titania style self-mill deck. I think that would be a lot of fun. I think that'd be really cool. I saw something similar. So I'm very excited for that. Depending on like the number of pieces available, I'm kind of tempted to make it an Explorer instead. There are some similar like Delverless delve decks that I think could work. Thinking Narcomoeba, thinking Creeping Chills, thinking Urborg Lurgoyf. I think there are some other decks similar to that might be kind of cool to brew around. I'm trying to think if there's any good examples of Delverless Delve out there right now. I don't think there is as much, but we can take a look. Popular Games metagame. Let's look at Pioneer, Rakdos midrange, Abzang Greasefang. There's still a few pieces missing from that in order to really make it great. Fires 4C Fires of Invention. What's the thing here? Oh, this is just Omnath. This is just Omnath in a nutshell. Temporal Lockdown makes sense here. Fires, Leyline Binding. Honestly, what could really feel going with one of the domain decks. I think that'd be kind of fun. Gruul midrange, 5C Fires. Once again, Leyline Binding, Yorion. This is a very different style deck. It's a lot of fun though. Looking at like Siege Rhino, looking at Archons of Sun's Grace, looking at Knight of Autumn, Renegade Rallier. Some really cool cards in here. Hey, GG's, my friend, GG's. Is it interesting? Like, thank you. So this is Mono Green Devotion, actually. It's already like a pretty top tier deck over in Pioneer. This deck literally is missing one thing and one thing only, which is Nykthos. Like, in order to make it pretty much the same as Pioneer, we're missing Nykthos and Nisa's Oath of Nisa. It is literally the only things we're missing. I'm gonna play this. If we do 1, 2, 2, no. So we go Old Growth or Kiara. I think we go Old Growth here into Karn. Based on what we're seeing of Cauldron Filler, we're assuming Cat Oven, we're assuming Mayhem Devil. So I think there's an argument to be made to go Karn into Stonebrain. Stonebrain, as you saw, was insane. So that's a trap. That right there. So what this is Fatal Push. They want to Fatal Push my Old Growth Control. Go right ahead. I get a land. That's a mistake. You should not have done that. This ramps me. I want ramp, friend. Opponent not thinking things through. But I am Mark, aka Guildspire. I'm an educational streamer here to teach codes how to play Killer and survivors how to play against Killer. Very happy to have you here. So let's look at what we can do here. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. If we do 3, we can play both Kiara and Karn. If we do Wolfwillow Haven, 2, that would bring us back to 4. 4 to 3. So no, we want to, I think, go Kiora first off and foremost. So that's 2. We untap, we get 4. We go Karn. They don't have much going for them right now. Let's -2. What's our mana look like again? 2, 4, 5, 6. 6 mana right now. 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 mana. Do we have anything else we want to run? We could run, we actually could run Cityscape Leveler if we draw into a land, right? We could go Godpharaoh's Statue. I think Godpharaoh's Statue will slow down the game pretty heavily, so let's go Godpharaoh's Statue. We could play aggressively and go to Stonebrain, but I think if we just slam Godpharaoh's Statue next turn, we win. I think that... Dreadhorde Butcher? Since when do you play Dreadhorde Butcher? It's been a hot minute, like Ward of Sparks standard since I've seen that. I love the card, by the way, but I'm shocked to see it. Okay, all right. I see you, opponent. I'm not sure what I'm seeing, but I see you. So let's do this. So that is 2, 4, 6. If I do 1, 2, 2, 4, 6. So yeah, I can do 1, 2. Wolfwillow Haven. That is 4. Let's do 4 there. Let's then untap Godpharaoh's Statue. Take up Karn for the sake of taking up Karn, and actually we can... Do we want to? I feel like it is not worth animating our Godpharaoh's Statue just for the sake of the... We don't want to lose it. We don't want to lose it to removal of some form. I think the best thing we can do is slow our opponent's game by pretty much 2 turns and drain them bit by bit. We have Old Growth Trill in the back. We have Wolfville Haven. I think we are in a really good place right now. That is 2, 4, 5, 6, 8 mana. We can play pretty much anything that pops out of our deck off the top deck right now. So Karn down, Dread Busher at 3. This is fine. Boseiju. Yeah, that's okay. Let's go. So let's go tap Wolf Willowhaven. Let's Old Growth Troll. Draw a card. So oh, opponent, you are in for a treat. We're gonna play Boseiju. I'm not all too worried at this point. I'm not all too worried. We're 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. I think we just pass, keep card in our hand. If they strip it with like a Duress, a Thoughtseize, what have you, then that's a big oof. If not, I think we just win. I think we just win at that point. Because we can I don't know if this is Sacrifice anymore. Like, I'm assuming they have Mayhem Devils. I'm assuming they have Witch's Ovens. I just don't know. Okay, sure. Well, I will gladly block your friend. I will gladly do that. Yep, you'll kill it. Sure, I then be able to put that onto you, making it a Lotus Field. Sure, this is fine. I don't know if they're playing Field of Ruin, hence why I'm kind of spreading our mana out a little bit rather than just stacking, which I probably should be doing. That is a smarter play since we haven't seen a Field of Ruin. Maybe in game 2 I will play more aggressively like that. Fable, sure, yeah, go for it. That is a-okay by me. Cavalier. So let's see, we have 3, 6, 8, 10, 12 mana. So we'll have 7 after Karn. 7 mana, you say. 7 mana. What do we want to play? Or we can play Nyx Lotus. And then we have 10 mana. And then we have 10 mana. And then we have 10 mana. So Nyx Lotus, I think at this point we pretty much have locked up the game. Let's Impulse, see if we can grab, I guess, you know, just grab the Forest. Let me just grab the Forest and call it a day. We pass the turn. Goes to you, opponent. So we now have 13 mana from Nyx Lotus. That's 26 mana per turn. Next turn, there's an argument to be made for us to grab Cauldron. Opponent sees the writing on the wall, though. We almost have our infinite up. We're literally missing a Kiora Engrave, and then we have an infinite. So, yeah, I think they saw the writing on the wall. I actually really do like Nyx Lotus, especially if a Kiora who has not activated. We are just able to do some nutty shenanigans. So there had, like, what? 7 mana left over, then we had 10. Yeah, what do you do? What do you do about that? All right. I'm still wondering if there, like, is a conversation to have, like, running out Golos. Like, we used to have Golos, but Golos always felt like a win more. 9 times out of 10. I also forgot that I should have run an ad during that sideboard, so those of you who are not subscribed, you might get one during this match. I apologize. That was on me for just kind of being in my own train of thought here. Hopefully, we'll wrap up pretty quick, as I feel like either they're going to out-aggro us or we're going to out-ramp them. There's going to be very much no in between. Last match was definitely a out-ramp on our part, to say the least. You had like 30 mana. They had like -2 because of Godfair statue. It's insane to think about if I'm able to get Godfair statue out very early. Basically sets them back 2 turns. Yeah, this, I mean, it's fragile because I have no creatures. If they have a way to strip You know, any of my turn 2 plays, it kind of feels bad. If they have a way to kill land war elves, they should take it. Honestly, use a fatal push on my elf. I would highly, highly, highly recommend it. The best thing you can do against Mono Green Devotion or any decks that are heavy on ramp is slow down their turn 2 because their turn 2 is explosive. Let's see what you got. Claim the Firstborn into a Witch's Oven. Yeah. Deadly Dispute. I like that. Okay. That's some value. I like those value plays. And then do you have a cat as well? Could that be like a 3-card, 3-play turn? If so, I'm here for it. Hey, look at that. We love to see it. Now, a really good play by my opponent. It slows me down significantly. We're going to play Layer the Hydra, hold up the Besage in case they have a cat oven. You know, might as well destroy that if that is the case. We'll pass, put a stop on instep. Opponent is Tinkin. They are in the think tank. Nix. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting.
You don't stand with me.
So you create a devil first? No, you just you say discard a card. I'm gonna decline. I say no.
Plead for me.
I think that they should have reasonably have
Or carnage. Tribute is
So here's the rub, right? We could go one of two directions here. We can either go Kiora and line up for a turn 4 Cavalier, or we can go Old Growth Troll and hope they kill it anyways, resulting in the same thing. Let's go Old Growth Troll. That also allows us to block and also threaten the Obs Nyx as well. I think that is the right move, and then we can either Karn or Cavalier depending on what happens this turn. Mayhem Devil. Okay. I mean, sure. A little bit confused about that. Not gonna lie. We will actually discard the Beseiju. So I think we start off here by just aggressing on the token Karn. Or not token Karn, the token Obnix. Yup. Heh. That's a choice. A choice I'm very confused about, mind you, but a choice. Like, the Mayhem Devil is like one of their all-stars. Why would you do that? Okay, very odd. Okay, that's fine though. We'll put the Force there. That allows us to either go into Karn, or we could go into Cavalier. At this point in time, I don't think they have anything. Well, actually, no, they have Dreadhorde Butcher. I stand corrected there. Sideboard-wise, what can we go for is the question, right? We have 5 mana, 6 mana next turn. We can, honestly, 5 mana. We're gonna say screw the Karn, right? We have Pithing Needle. So yeah, let's do that. So Karn, minus.
You will not.
And let's grab our Pithing Needle. Nyx, the adversary. Yes. So Obnix can do nothing now. We care not about Obnix. The only thing that they have haste that we're aware of is the Dreadhorde Butcher. Mayhem Devil? Sure, go for it, friend. We now have a few things that we can work with. We have now, what, 6 mana? 2, 4, 5, 6. Yep, so how do we want to play this? We could do 3, that 5, so we can go Kiora into Cavalier. I think that is actually a really good idea here. Let's go Kiora. They have something at instant speed.
Bet you've never been hugged by a kraken before.
So let's go Old Growth Troll. Let's untap it. Let's play Cavalier. What say you, opponent? We'll draw a card and also drop a land. We put a Storm the Festival into grave, which is actually pretty huge for us. And we draw into another card, so we really do not care about this card at this point. Sideboard-wise, that is 2, 4, 6, 7, 9. Yeah, let's do it. Let's threaten the portal to Phyrexia or Cityscape Leveler. Nope, screw it. We're going to Leveler. Alright, opponent, can you be a leveler with a very, very poor board state? That is the question here. I'm not thinking they can. If they sacrifice one thing, they can get my Karn for what it's worth. I'm not sure if that really helps them in the grand scheme of things. But it's something that they can do. 2, 4, 7, 9. So one more land, and we can also Storm the Festival. Sure, they hit the Karn. They Diabotic Intent. I'm still not sold on that card in most decks outside of combo pieces, right? I'm not sold. Like, this makes a bit of sense, right? Is it better than a Deadly Dispute, which is a draw to treasure sacrifice? Maybe. As you're able to grab something specific. Okay, you've got rid of Pithy Needle, sure. I have a Cityscape Leveler and a Cavalier.
Oh, I have a job. Defy me.
I will. I think I'll decline here. Like, I know what they're going for. They're trying to get to their 7. Here is my 10th land, right? So let's do this. So that is 2, 4.
Ocean surges, light.
Cityscape Leveler. We will. You know what? Let's destroy the devil, I guess. It results in the same thing. We just get rid of the devil now. You ping, there's your Power Stone, have at it, opponent. You can play a Witch's Oven, I guess. Ping my face, you got it. You draw a card. It is an Elvish Mystic. We will play the Elvish Mystic. We do enjoy our ramp. I will get rid of the Obnix.
Wipe that smug look off.
And I guess if they plus it, we just ditch the Kiora. I think we're in a good enough spot right now, or we do. So we'll ditch the Kiora.
Go ahead. Plead for
Next turn, we can destroy the Obnix. Sure, you drain me a little bit. That's fine. Deadly Dispute it. Sure, that's fine. They're looking for something, anything to help them. Swamp, sure, you got it. Yeah, 3, 4 mana. What can you do for 4 mana? Not much, right? You got a Braid. Hey, look at that! You got rid of the Leveler. I'll appreciate that, though I can always unearth it. Do we Storm or Karn? What would we want to grab of Karn? That's the question. No, we can grab Karn. We could grab Sovereign Console Flagship and call it a day. Yeah, let's do that. So let's go Karn. That's minus. We'll grab the flagship. We'll play the flagship. Good game, friend. Up next.
Don't think you're something.
Let's hit you for 5. And let's untap the Cavalier because why not?
Nature flows with vigor.
Well, unless you can deal me 9 damage. I do think this over. But you never know. You never know. Opponent might shock us. Claim the Firstborn. You got it. Sure. What you got there, friend? Because also anything they play next turn, I can kill Cityscape Leveler. At least dispute it. Sure. Well, you know, actually they got some use out of that. They can't use their treasures though, mind you. They can't do much about that. Do you even want to, like, what do you want to do here? Sax an artifact. Sure. You got it. You got it. Bone's not going down without a fight. I like it. Village Rights? Sure. Draws 2. So that's what? 2.
I love to make a splash.
Storm the Festival. Cavalier, Kiora, or we could just play the Cavalier out of our hand. Let's go Cavalier Lotus Field. So let's grab the forest. Grab a land, sack 2. for 2, what could we grab out of our sideboard? You know what we just grab, I think? Let's play the Elvish Mystic. Let's minus Karn. Really just make sure that they can't activate their Cauldron Familiars. You know, if we're worried about getting drained out, we can just sack that, get rid of the Cauldron Familiars, call it a day. So not even a Witch's Oven is really going to help you here. Mayhem Devil, sure, you got it. So let's unearth. Let us Cavalier. Go Storm the Festival. You go to combat. I think we just win off the Leveler because Leveler activates, destroys the Devil. And that is 18 damage. GG's, friend. GG's. Like I said, the Karn board has definitely been upgraded to the likes of Leveler, Stonebrain, and more. And Brothers War really just was a huge power boost to Karn, in my opinion, in any mono green devotion or Karn oriented deck. You know, Tron, mono green devotion. I think definitely have gotten a nice little buff for it. We got one more game in this series, in this league, and then we'll take a look at crafting a Titania board, or Titania? I'm blanking out on what her name is and how to pronounce it. Also, it is sweltering here in the stream. I'm going to see if maybe I can let Butterboy out, so I'll be right back. Be right back, don't you worry. Alright, I'm back. I just needed to open up the door to the stream room because there's so little airflow in this room, and still is, mind you, that it just becomes quite unbearable. But we found our last opponent for this. Let's even go for the 4-1. The one that I lost, for full transparency, was offline. Looks like we're playing against a Jengatha deck. It's an aggressive hand. We need to draw into a land, but let's go for it. Because we can turn 1 Forest Elvish Mystic, ideally turn 2 Forest into Kiora, and then we can pull off some Lowe's Field shenanigans and bring out a Storm the Festival on turn 3. Yeah? Yeah. No, is it? No, it's 5 mana and that's 6. So we can't do Storm the Festival, I don't think, or can we? Elvish Mystic. No, we can, because that's at least 6 mana. Yeah. We need to draw into a forest, is what I'm saying here. Lovestruck Beast. Ooh, Lovestruck Beast. That's huge. So let's go Kiora. Let's minus Kiora. Play another Land War Elf. So that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 off the Lotus Field, which means we can also play our Land War Elf and just empty our hand off the bat. Hopefully our Stone Festival is good. If we do a hard whiff on that, we are going to be in a bit of trouble. Bone Crusher Giant, honestly, doesn't slow us down as much as they probably want it to. They'll start hitting Kiora. I think they know what's up. So let's go 1, 2, Lotus Field, sack, Kiora, minus, Storm the Festival. Freaking ridiculous. This is turn 3, mind you. That is turn freaking 3. So we just played 6 mana off the Storm, and then played into 9 mana off the Karn and Cav. Like, what do you do? That's one of our nut draws, right? Is we turn 3, Storm the Festival into, you know, a Cavalier, into old growth troll into a Karn, and we just go off that way. It's insane. It really is. That is our nut draw, especially with like 0 interaction like we saw there. Well, I guess they tried to interact. It did not work out in their favor, as we saw. Also, is this supposed to be purple? I feel like that's not supposed to be purple, but I could be insane. This is not great, but not horrible. I think the impulse can help us out a bit. So we go Hydra into Mystic. Yeah, so let's go Hydra into Mystic. Basically, very early on, we're going to be able to play anything off of our top deck or anything that we pull from Impulse. They're probably going to bolt the bird, which is the right move. However, they don't. We do see a Karn here, which is freaking awesome. So let's go 1, 2, Haven. 1, 2. That is 6 mana now. So we can quite literally play anything from our main deck off the top. Reckless Stormseeker. Fine, you got it, friend. Yep, that's okay. We'll... Strange plays, but sure. Yeah, we'll take the 4. Another Karn, not that we need it. So let's go Karn. Karn into what, though? We're gonna have only 2 mana left over. We could Stone Brain. We don't really know exactly what they're going for here. We can set up for the turn after on 6 mana and go for, like, the God Pharaoh's statue. We could do that. There's not really anything that I really want to grab. Like I said, there's the Stone Brain, but I'm not sure. Unlicensed Hearst also I don't think is that great. Alternatively, we can try and impulse into... Let's go Karn. Let's start there. We Karn. We impulse. We impulse into a forest. We play the forest. We impulse. We impulse into a Llanowar Elf. Let's Llanowar Elf. We Karn, and then we 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, not, wait, 4, 8. Next turn is 8.
My allies are counting on me.
Cityscape Leveler? Can you beat a Cityscape Leveler on turn 4? Turn 4. Can you beat a Cityscape Leveler on turn 4? Let's see. Let's have something on my beard. I sees it. I sees it. I'm gonna get it. What was it? It's Fuzz. It's Fuzz from the cat. Yep. You'll plus Llanowar. That's fine. If you both want to go for Karn, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So no, yeah, you got it. We have another card in hand. I'm good with this. Like I said, I don't think they can be a Cityscape Leveler on turn 4 unless they main deck a Braid. They do have an Ooze though. They do have an Ooze. Too bad the Ooze is going to die on cast. So yeah, there's that. There's that. Enjoy your Power Stone, friend. Enjoy your Power Stone. We'll hit them for 1. So do they have main deck or sideboard? I guess it's game 2. I forgot about game 1 because how quick it was. Did they sideboard in tech? Doesn't look like it. Dude, I'm doubting your... About to say, I would be shocked and appalled. Now, funny enough, we could sideboard into Ratchet Bomb, and get rid. Actually, I think that might not be a bad idea. So let's go. How much is Ratchet Bomb? Ratchet Bomb is 2. So if we go 4, we have more than enough. So let's go 1, 2, Wolf Willow on the forest. We'll stack, because I haven't seen a Field of Ruin just yet. Opponent's thinking. We also are going to attack with the Escape Leveler prior to the activation of Ratchet Bomb. Because Ratchet Bomb can be activated at instant speed, right? Yes, it can. Perfect. So, Karn. Karn, take 2.
Must not be tolerated.
We're going to grab a good old Ratchet Bomb. Ratchet Bomb. So we are going to go into full control here, and we are going to attack with Cityscape Leveler. So let's attack, get rid of Stormseeker, and then we are going to Ratchet Bomb. All right. And in that one fell swoop, we got rid of everything our opponent wants. They can attack with the Land War Elves. I will gladly trade with this much mana. And yeah, at that point, Cityscape Leveler is just doing absolute work. So GG's, friend, GG's. With that, we do go 4-1 with Mono Green Devotion. I think that the deck really did benefit from Brothers War. That makes sense. Who would have thunk an artifact heavy set was going to benefit a deck that has a Karn board, right? Who would have thunk? Who would have thunk? Because it basically means that I'm playing with 75 cards at no detriment to my own, and I can search 15 of them whenever I have Karn on the board. It's just so good. But we are going to now look at what a traditional standard Sultai, and let me see, Titania. Is that Titania? Did I spell that right? I did. Cool. So let's go not collect it as well. Argoth, Sanctum of Nature. The question is, how many Titania do we want in the deck? Like, 3 is good. Normally that means we'll find 1 per game. And then probably like 2 Argoth. So Titania, Argoth. 1 more land spent in the graveyard from anywhere, you gain 2 life. If there are 4 more lands, as well as Argoth, exile them, meld into Titania. Let's see. Urborg, Lurgoyf. You want like 4 of you. And then we want things. Magic is working today. I'm very excited for that. Return to a creature card from a graveyard to your hand. I don't care about that. I want to do mill. Let's look at mill. Maybe like green mill, funny enough. Enters battlefield, mill 3 cards. Maybe put a non-creature token on land card from among them. Mill this way into your hand. Mills out the library round down. Nothing really here. Mills half. Whenever enters the battlefield, target player mills 2 cards. Tampering. If there are 20 more cards in your graveyard, play the card. It's kind of cute, but no. As Monstrous Warleech enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, mill 4 cards equal to highest mana value among cards in your graveyard. Mill 3 cards, put target creature from among them into your hand. If you don't, put +1/+1. Also, meh. Lord of the Forsaken, meh. Deathbound Sprout, though, really cute. At the beginning of your upkeep, mill a card. Then if there are 3 or more creature cards in your graveyard, transform Death Bonnet Sprout into Death Bonnet Hulk. I actually really do like that. I think that's a really good turn 1 play. I also think Branchwood Prowler also. Note that in fact it says mill 3 cards. You may put a land from among the cards milled way into your hand. It does not state a basic land card. It is any land card. So I think for Prowlers is not bad here. Kind of meh on that, even though mill 3 cards. Beginning of your upkeep, may mill 2 cards. Whenever 1 or more cards are put into your graveyard from anywhere during your turn, create a +1/+1 insect. Meh. Enters battlefield, mill 3, then you make your turn a land from your graveyard to hand. The Eccentric Farmer is actually kind of cute. Wasteful Harvest, also mill 5 cards. We put a permanent card from among them milled this way into your hand. So mill 5, put a permanent card from among them into your hand. Interesting. Vivian of the Hunt is kind of meh. We do want to look at more creatures just because of Urborg Lurgoyf, of course. We are in Sultai, so we can go into blue a little bit. 5 more mana value in your graveyard has plus meh. Ludwig, big meh. Mill 2, 5 or more, gets +1/+1 lifelink. Meh. Old Rusting, though. Enters battlefield, begin your upkeep, mill card. If it's a land card, mill that way, create a treasure token. If it's a creature card, mill this way, create a 1/1 insect. If it's a non-creature card, non-land card, mill this way, create a blood token. That one's kind of interesting. Old Rusting allows for a little bit of ramp. It also allows for us to mill a bit deeper. Do we want to play it? Valspawn Spider, beginning upkeep, mill card. Meh. The Omnivore. Mill 3 cards, put it into your graveyard from your library. Exile if a croak counter, may play land cards, cast away. Croak counter, and then there's always Lord Xander. See, this is where I almost feel that this deck might be better not in standard, funny enough. Let's see. Do we have anything if a land... So I'm under land card. I wonder if there's any other cards that trigger off of lands going to the graveyard. Also, is there any way for us to ramp into Titania turn 2? I don't think there's a 1 mana dork, so I don't think so, unfortunately. Old Rusting seems kind of cute as we do mill. And we also could go towards Urborg Lurgoyf. But I feel like there is more cards that I'm missing that do mill, though. Not many. Target mills 3 cards. Yeah, big meh there. I'll have to come back to Old Rusting. Wasteful Harvest is also interesting since it is a mill 5. And we can just grab a permanent. Versus Eccentric Farmer, which is only a land. I think that there's a conversation for like maybe a 2 of, maybe a 4 of, potentially. Look at the top. These cards are also relevant because some of them put the rest into the graveyard, right? Put the rest into your graveyard. Yeah, we put the rest on the bottom of your library. What we specifically want is put the rest into your graveyard. Into your graveyard. Let's do into your graveyard. Let's take a look. Witness the Future. Devious Cover-Up. Yeah, see, a lot of these we just don't want. Look at the top 3 cards of the library, then put one of them in your hand, the rest in your graveyard. That's 4 mana, though. That's a lot for that effect. Archghoul of Thrabian, Die, Shadow's Prophecy, Domain. We don't really want it. Hostile Negotiations. Cruelty of Gix is kind of cute. Search life for a card, put that card in hand. You lose 3 life. Put that creature card from a graveyard into the battlefield. Mulch. Mulch, actually... Put all lands reveal this way into your hand, the rest into your graveyard. Could mulch be... I feel like we want, like, reverse mulch. We want all the lands into our graveyard. What we want is Grizzly Salvage. Which, like, Wasteful Harvest kind of calls back to. But I don't think that's in Standard, unfortunately. Whenever an artifact enters battlefield, if it's a land... We don't have a lot in the way of artifacts. There's Shigeki, tapping at the window. Top 3, reveal a creature. Put the rest in your graveyard. Coin Infestation. Sagier reaches skyward. Search life for 2 basic land forest cards. Put up the 1 target land from your graveyard on top of your library. Exile, return transformed as branch of Boseiju. For each land you control. So almost like a melded Tatiana, or Titania rather. Ren and 7 actually kind of insane at the top end of this deck. Reveal top 4, put all land cards, reveal this way, rest into your graveyard, put in land cards from your hand onto the battlefield tapped. That actually has some thought to it that I really do like. The question is, how many do you want to put in? Is it good enough for us to go to a 4 of? Do we want to instead just do a 2 of? Bone Rattle, Domain. Old Stick Fingers. Reveal top cards library until reveal X creature cards. All creature cards reveal this way in the graveyard. Rest in the bottom of library. I'm not sure on that one, to be completely honest. Whenever I put into land graveyard from an area, put a +1/+1 counter on Slogurk, the Overslime. Remove +3/+3, return it to its owner hand. Leave battlefield, return up to 3 lands from a graveyard to your hand. See, that's actually kind of cute with what we're doing. 3 more creature cards. At the beginning of keep an exile card from a graveyard. If it was a creature exile, post a +1. Do we want to go Slogurk? Do we want to go up on Wasteful Harvest? It's like a 3 draw one, but the big benefit is the mill. It's already like in standard, like a Ren deck. I wonder. John mid-range, Leslie enchantments, Rakdos aggro. Trying to get some inspiration, but it's kind of hard. I guess we could go Slogurk. I think it is kind of cute. As we do tend to mill a lot here. Especially with like Urborg Lurgoyf. Wasteful Harvest. We do want more creatures is the biggest thing, and that's what I'm really like missing out on is creatures. We can maybe drop that, keep up the Ren. Maybe we do go like 4 of on the Argoth Sanctum. Urborg Lurgoyf, Branchwood Prowler, Death Bonnet Sprout all make sense. The Ren 7 makes sense as the top end. Old Stick Fingers kinda does, kinda doesn't, all at the same time. Tapping in the window is kind of cute. So actually, how does Slogurk read? Whenever a land is put into the graveyard, land card. So let's just see land card. Let's see how that reads on some of these. We could go like joint exploration to try and ramp. Kicker, scry 2, draw a card. If it was kicked, we put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield. Kind of cute with that. Land card. Choose non-land card. Return all. Teferi, whenever you draw a card, is the main stick there. I think obviously running Boseiju makes a ton of sense. Pilfer, non-land. Biting Palm Ninja, no. Braids. No. Gix's Caress. No, I don't think we really want anything in black. Yeah, I don't think there's really anything in black. So we want Bushwhack. For a basic land card, put in your hand, target creature fights another creature. Commune of Spirits. Look top 4 cards of the library, reveal an enchantment or land card from among them, put them into your hand, put the the battlefield. Dig up. Search your library for a basic land card, put it in your hand, then shuffle. We also could cleave it in order to grab a land card for basically targeting Argoth, right? Look at top 6 cards of the library. Reveal a land card from among them, put it in your hand, rest in the bottom of the library in random order. Put them in your hand. Roaring Earth, Landfall. Meh. Mulch is still cute. Still find that a cute idea. Play land from the top of your library. 3 more creatures, different power. Cast creature spells. Nah. Eccentric Farmer might be the best option here, honestly. Path to the Festival. Search the library for a basic land card. Put in the battlefield tapped, then shuffle the library. If there are 3 more basic land cards among your lands, scry 1. Scout the Wilderness. Search library for a basic land card, put in battlefield tapped. It is not exactly what we're looking to. What is a treaty? Basic land card, put in tap, domain, Titania. Topiary Stomper is not a bad idea. It's good ramp into Ren, actually. So I think we do put 4 of there. I think that makes sense. The Eccentric Farmer might also make sense here. From your graveyard to your hand. I think maybe we go... We're like really 3 heavy, though. We have like 0/1 costs. And that's what scares me a little bit here. Glorious Sunrise... Korra, Silverback Elder, Slimefoot Summer Survey, Cultivator Colossus, Herd Migration. I think obviously we go into Tubo Seiju. I think that makes a ton of sense. Equals number of lands in your graveyard. The thing is that eventually we actually do the opposite of what we want there. If we do meld Titania, becomes rough. Old Rusting. Once again, we're very heavy in 3 drops and kind of worried about that. Tameo. Exiled non-land permanent card. No. Windgrace. No. Kami War. Inscribed Tablets. Top 5 factors of the library. Put a land card from among them to your hand. Bottom. Parrot. No. Funny enough, though, things like the hideouts, there's an argument to use the hideouts, right? Because we sack them, we grab something. It's not great, not horrible. I think also like maybe 2 Demolition Field. I think there's an argument for having those there. It's Evolving Wilds. We don't need Evolving Wilds. Field of Ruin. Same idea as Demolition Field, right? May search for a basic land card. You may search for a basic land card. It's just a Field of Ruin. It's just another Field of Ruin. Thing is, right now we're like basically mono green. We will like dive into what blue and black to some degree. Topiary Stomper makes sense for ramp because we're able to do Stomper into Ren turn 4. Urborg Lurgo if you really want to play turn 4. Branchwood Prowler is not bad here for the mill into. Deathbot is good. Once again, let's go into mill and look for like 1 drops to play with here. Like, we could go with Gnawing Vermin, right? We could mill ourselves for 2. It just doesn't feel great. Does not feel great. Undead Butler, allows to mill 3. Dark Creature from a graveyard. I'm just not sold, is the problem. I'm just not sold. What does our curve look like? It is 3 heavy. We're also still not like anywhere near as far as what we want for lands right now. Or not lands, for just our deck in general. Like, we really want that self-mill, but we also want mainly creatures for like the Urborg Lurgoyf. I think that makes sense. The Topiary Stomper makes sense. I think maybe we go up 1 on the Argoth. We're still 11 cards away. Non-creature, non-land card. No. Teaching of Kieran, I guess it's self-mill into a 1/1. It also allows to put possible encounter target creature, and then eat away at cards in a graveyard. Sure. Sure, I guess. It's not ideal, but not bad. It's only once each turn. That's actually horrible. At the top. Rest into your grave, that's right. Rest into your graveyard. Here's old stick fingers. We could go old stick fingers. Basic forest card. Reveal and put into your hand. Let the one target land from your graveyard to the top of your library. For each land. Like I said, it's like poor man's Titania. Yo, what's up, Tarball? How you doing, friend? How you doing? We're just doing some crafting, trying to work around Titania and Urborg Lurgoyf. Fortunately, in standard, it's a bit harder than I would like. I think that there is better synergies in like Explorer. So maybe I hate that we would like look at this and go, no, we're gonna nuke this deck and go to Explorer instead, which might just have more. But I think that's what we do. We go Explorer traditional, Titania, because we have access. So I was thinking from the mono green devotion deck, funny enough, is like running Titania, because we can go Titania, we can go Argoth. I think we are more than okay to run like 3. I was planning on spamming you with the drink, but there's a cooldown. See, this ain't my first rodeo. We used to have it off cooldown, Tarball, funny enough, and that used to happen to such a point where I had to say, you know what, it's too much at this point, it's distracting the chat. It was not good for me to drink as much as I was drinking, and so we said, okay, sorry, no more. So let's go 3. Do we want to go 3 or 4 Titania? If we focus in on Titania, like I think there's also just an argument for me to add this to mono green devotion, right? Because we're looking at this, right? We're going Grizzly Salvage. Grizzly Salvage. Reveal the top 5, put a creature or land from among them to your hand. Grizzly Salvage is a great addition to this. If we go Urborg Lurgoyf, we do 4 of these, 4 Titania. I think that we obviously go with Elf. Okay, well, I want green 1-drop Elf, thank you. We want specifically Elvish Mystic, we want Land War Elves for our ramp. Potentially maybe just one of, not both of. Cavalier makes sense here. Cav. It's not a 1-drop. Cavalier of Thorns makes sense here. And this is where we get very close to mono greenish devotion, right? Like, is there an argument to add Titania to mono green devotion? It gets hit by things like Storm of the Festival. We're able to get Argoth from both. We do mill a decent amount of lands off of Cavalier. And that's where I'm not sure. Urborg Lurgoyf, not a good option in that deck. And if we were to add, let's just say 2 Titania and like 2 Argoth, would it work? Like it's an alternate win condition that can just kind of happen suddenly. Because it says, Titania says, whenever one or more cards at the beginning of your upkeep, right? Interesting thoughts. I don't know. It does. I'm not sure if it's good enough for Explorer. And I'm just sitting here freaking scratching my head and not playing. So you know what? Let's do this instead. We are going to once again play with our Mono Green Devotion deck. I could play with a variant with Titania in it, just see how it plays. The question is what we would get rid of. We have 24 lands. We can go down to 22, arguably, with this deck, I think. Go down 2 forests. We don't have much in the way of legendary creatures, so most time it's going to come into play tapped. Only downside there. So Argoth, Argoth. It'd be 2 of legendary green creature. Yeah, 2 of, and then 2 of, I guess. Drop some forests and just see how it plays. I think this, realistically speaking, makes a lot more sense than to make a deck solely around Titania herself, as this already works really well with what Titania is trying to do, which is, due to Cavalier of Thorns, we're putting a lot of lands in our graveyard, right? Storm Festival is able to hit both Argoth, Cavalier is able to hit Argoth, so we can play for Titania as well. So I think we'll just play this out with Mono Green Devotion, see if we like it this way, and if not, it's easy enough fix. Easy enough fix. I'll have to brew and think a bit more about Titania and Standard and what that would look like. I think there are some like little tie builds that would make sense. You could even like top end with like Titan of Industry. I think Run and 6 makes a lot of sense if you're going to be running Titania. I think Urborg Lorgoyf makes a lot of sense. I think the Death Bonnets make a lot of sense. The thing is, like, making it desirable enough to actually go into Sultai is the funny part. Because the Urborg Lorgoyf is great, but is there enough cards that synergize well with what our game plan is, which is get Titania out and meld as soon as possible? Kind of, right? But this will probably be our last match of the night. This will be last match of Mono Green Devotion plus Titania for the hell of it. You know, I don't think it hurts us too much to have Titania and the Argoth in here. I think we run at 24 lands already. We normally would want to run at like 22, 23. Most versions of Mono Green Devotion have like a 1 of Teferi or a 1 of Nissa. Plus, what else do they run on this one? If we look at Pioneer Nykthos Ramp. Yeah, it's like 1 Teferi, and then for some reason, like a console flagship. I'm not entirely sure why. Also like a Sylvan Caryatid. Which we could always like throw a 1 of a the elf 2/1 Hexproof when untapped. Yeah, I'm blanking out on the name. Like we could run that in replacement of Caryatid. I think the main reason why they do that is for Teferi. That's about it. I was also tempted to Craft for Explorer the Transmog deck, though I think it got significantly weaker with the introduction of Stonebrain. As we've seen time and time again, us just being able to rip Titan of Industry, rip Agent of Treachery from our opponent's decks have been absolutely ridiculous. But I actually really do like the red-green version a lot more than I do the blue. I think being able to get Transmogrify 1 turn earlier on turn 3 is huge. I think it is very much worth it. Even if you're playing Agent Treachery, just make it so that it's unplayable. I think Fable to Mirror Breaker makes sense. I think things like Azika's Chariot as a backup plan really do help out a lot. And then, you know, Luca as your like 5th or 6th transmog is also a viable option. But queues are taking a bit longer than expected. I'm very interested to see where Standard goes with Brothers War. I'm very curious. I might play a little bit of Standard at some point. That point is not right now because I kind of want to brew around a few stuff and things. Wonder if like it's already started to work. 7 days. No, I don't think there's anything just yet. I don't think there's anything just yet in Standard with Brothers War. It's a little bit too soon, methinks. You'll look at what people are building, what people are crafting. All right. Yeah, let's see if we can mill at Titania. I think we're very much in a winning position a lot of times anyways. Like, what would be our ideal play? If we have Titania in hand, let's say we have Argoth in hand, like turn 1, Llanowar Elves, turn 2, Titania, Argoth, that would be 4 mana into Karn, I guess. Turn 5 into Cavalier Thorns, and turn 6 Meld. Yeah, you know, it could work. It could work. There's Argoth. We can turn 1 that. This is a really, really slow hand, though, for us. Especially as we're going second. I think we do need to mulligan this. This is not much better in all actuality. Thankfully, we go second, so we will draw. Yeah, I mean, the last one was better than this one, but not by much. Mulligan again. This is better, but dangerous to play with, so we drop a Forest, we drop a Impulse, turn 1 layer into Llanowar, Mausoleum Wanderer, so this is Spirits, okay. So Stonebrain ain't gonna do much here. We need to play around counter spells. Yep, they fly over, hit for Elf. We have 2 Kioras, so we just jam the Kiora. See, we just eat a counter spell. The more counter spells we now, the better. There's a Geistlight Snare. It makes sense. We need a land, ideally. Here's Obsession, meaning that Geistlight Snare is now 1 to cast, so they still have it available. That is rough. They also have that. Do we go Kiora into Old Growth, or try and jam the Old Growth? I think we go Kiora here, see if they have another counter. Let's see the Geistlight. Opponent's thinking. No snap decisions here. Allowing Kiora to land. Okay. We pass. Next turn, I think we need to go Old Growth into land draw. Is it whenever creature powerful enters the battlefield? I was really hoping that was going to read as cast, but it's not. They can start hitting Kiora if they want. Though I think they're better off just smacking face. Mausoleum Wanderer. They can always... Unless controller plays X. Target instant sorcery spell. Well, the only ones that we really have there are Storm the Festival. There's 5. I think we need... Oh, jeez. We could attempt to Karn. But I think we need to go Old Growth and see if we eat another counter. Not eat a counter. So let's untap Enchantment Aura onto the forest. So we need a solution for the Mazo and our Rattle Chains is what's kind of happening here. Because it's going to be 5 damage at face, bring us down to 7. Can we do anything fast enough? Sideboard. So we can attempt the Storm, but they can sack the Mazo and force me 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So they would need to... They wouldn't be able to actually go through Mazo. I think that's our only hope here, so let's do this. So we'll go for the Storm of the Festival. They would have to sack both Mausoleum Wanderers if they do not have a counter in hand. Lofty Denial. Yep, they get it. And then I think we just attack for 5 and hope they don't have lethal next turn. Chances are they're going to flash in a spirit for lethal. There's the rattle chains. That's 4. That's 5. Yeah, that's 7. You got it. Realistically speaking, what do we do here? We hope the hell that we land a Cavalier very early. That is the TLDR of this match. We hope to land a Cavalier faster than they can grow their board so that we have reach. That is about it, pretty much. Because we have otherwise no real flying protection. Maybe there was a conversation there to try and go for Karn. We had 8 mana, meaning that we did protect from the Lofty Denial. But we wouldn't have been able to land the follow-up, right? We wouldn't have been able to land the Ratchet Bomb. We wouldn't have been able to land the Transmog Wand. So even then, it wouldn't have really done much because that Lofty Denial just held up in their hand. So yeah, spirits might be a bit of a rough play for us. Oh, you know what card I'm surprised I don't have in my sideboard is the Great Henge. Maybe I should look at the sideboard and see if the Henge might not be a bad idea here. This is dangerous. This is a dangerous hand. We mulligan this. This is not much better, but I can't exactly go down much further. So we drop what? I think we have to drop the Titania, and we go turn 1, no turn 1 play, which is a feel bad for our deck. And I think just based on the start alone, we lose. We'll hold up the Beseiju, because if they do Curious Obsession, I'd like to stop that. Supreme Phantom. Well, that's not a Curious Obsession. That is something much worse. Let's Beseiju. Let's Kiora. Hope we draw into a land.
Leviathans, octopuses, serpents.
Yeah, I think that is pretty much where we're at right now, is we hope to draw into land and hope that they overextend. They now have Geistlight Snare. They do not care unless they draw into a land, which in that case is pretty likely here. Pretty likely here with the double Curious Obsession. So there's 1. There's 2. Land. Yep. So the chances of them having a Geistlight Snare, I mean, they play a 4 of in their deck. Chances are pretty high, but they play the Ascendant Spirit, so they're not scared. However, we did not draw into what we need. Let's play 1, 2, Haven. We tap, we untap.
Love to make us
Play the Old Growth, play the Land War. So we can block the Ascendant Spirit. We can block. Can we? No, because if they grow it, it gains flying. But it also, Ascendant Spirit is a warrior. Spirit Angel. Ironically, it loses its buff from Supreme Phantom. Funny enough. Combat Research. Yep, drawing more cards. That's not great. That's 5. We are on a 3-turn clock. I'm not sure if we even land Cavalier will really matter here. Surprised that we're seeing combat research here. I mean, guess it's like, Curious Obsession 5 and 6, right? Ascendant Spirit. They still have 2 mana, so that's probably a Lofty Denial. So let's try and land the Cav here. If we don't land the Cav, we lose. TLDR. Even with the Cav, I think we lose. Yep, there's the Lofty Denial. We can't pay the 4. We scoop. We scoop. Yeah, that's kind of rough on us, especially as we didn't have that turn 1 play. If we did, we may have had a better chance, but I'm not going to suggest that we would have won that one. That's probably one of our worst matchups, in all honesty. But even though that was a very quick match, I do not think that we're going to get that lucky or unlucky again. So with that being said, we are going to end the stream there. As always, guys, if you did enjoy the show, please make sure that follow button. If you want to rate though, check out our Extra Life campaign. We're trying to help heal kids at Sanford Children's Hospital here in Fargo, North Dakota. On that note, guys, I'll see y'all tomorrow at 7 p.m. CST for some more Magic Gathering Arena. Bye-bye!